All right, so my name is Denae Harris. I'm a student at Trinity, Washington University. I'm here to conduct a oral history interview. This meeting is being recorded. Do you mind if I still record the meeting?
Yes,
Okay, so let's get started with our first question. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm tired, but I'm okay.
It's okay. You're working hard, so it's okay to be tired.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so the first question is when, and where were you born, and did you grow up there?
Okay. So I was born on August 29th, 1995, at what used to be Prince George's County Community Hospital. It's now run by the University of Maryland. Um, and yeah, that's where I was born. So I was raised in like Prince George's County in the beginning of my childhood, and then I moved to Montgomery County in the fifth grade, and I
Mhm.
graduated from Montgomery County.
Okay. Um, the second question is, how would you describe your childhood and teenage years prior to attending college?
Okay. So I would say my childhood was very good. I was able to grow up in a household with very strong women. I was raised by my grandmother, but also my mother was in the household as long as her sister. And I got the opportunity to also um, be with my great grandmother for a
Hmm.
while of time. So we were all in the same house. Um, I grew up with them. Of course, every family has its own trials and tribulations, but most of everything that I know about life, I've learned through them and as I continue to learn. Let's see. Sorry, what was the second part of the question?
Um, how would you describe your childhood, oh, and teenage
And the
years prior
teenagers.
to college?
So, my teenagers, so kind of why I got into nursing, I really wanted to be a nurse. Well, I actually wanted to be a teacher when I was very, very young. And I also knew that I wanted to help people. But when I got around maybe 8 or 9, that's when I solidified that I wanted to be a nurse. But I honestly wish that I knew about all of the things that you could do in healthcare, like even in high school, as
Mhm.
far as like being a PCT or anything like that, because those are segues that I wish that I were able to be a part of. Um, but I was on the step team in high school. I was in a lot of extracurricular activities. I took on a lot of leadership roles at school, such as student government. I was captain of the step team. So I was very happy with my studies. I actually liked school. So um, I was enjoying school, being on the step team, and hanging out with friends and stuff, of course, is part
Mhm.
of your teenage years. But
Yeah.
senior year, you gotta get ready for school, so
Yeah.
for college. So
Yeah,
that was
so I'm currently majoring in information technology at Trinity.
oh, cool.
And then I later want to become a nurse actually. I want to do the NICU because
Oh,
I had a stillbirth back in 2023 at 39 weeks. So that's why
to hear
thank you.
that.
Yeah, so that's why I want to do nursing.
Oh, great. So you have a great background for a story, and you seem like a very nice person. So that
Thank
already,
you.
no problem. That already gives you some qualities to be a nurse. You have a story that you can build on, that you can also connect with your patients about, and it goes into your passion. So
Yeah, I'm just
I hope
nervous. I'm scared. I don't
no,
know.
it's okay. It's okay to be nervous and scared. We always tell our new nurses here, we don't want you to ever feel like you're coming in here and you got it, because nobody
Mhm.
should ever come into a new environment and feel like that. You should be in an environment where you want to continue to learn, and where you're a sponge and adapt a bunch of things. So it's okay to be scared. That just
Okay,
means you are willing to learn.
cool. Okay. My next question is, what did you do after receiving your undergraduate degree from Trinity?
Okay. So after I got my undergraduate degree, which was actually my nursing degree. So I
Hmm.
did 2 years of prerequisites at Trinity,
Hmm.
and then I applied to the nursing program sophomore year. Um, Sophomore year, I did get in, but actually, a fun fact is I had to retake my pathophysiology class. So I didn't get to go into nursing school when the rest of my cohort that I came into school with, because I had
Hmm.
to take patho again. And honestly, that was kind of deterring me from continuing on, but I got it together because patho at Trinity is really like it's like the segue into getting into nursing school.
Okay.
And at that time, I probably was thinking like I can just fly through patho like everything else. No, you cannot, as you really have to get down to business and pathophysiology. So I got myself together. I passed patho, and then I got into nursing school. Nursing school was its own story. I'm sure you'll have a question about it, but it was its own story. And
Mm-hmm.
then right after nursing school, though, I went ahead. I graduated in May 2019,
Okay.
and
Yep.
I applied for my job as a bedside nurse for labor and delivery in also in May 2019. I took my NCLEX in June 2019, and I started my job on July 2019. So
Oh,
that's what I did after
okay.
undergrad.
That was all back to back.
Yes, it was very back to back.
My next question is, what professional accomplishments are you most proud of?
Okay, it's a great question. So my professional accomplishments that I'm most proud of are so I started as a bedside nurse. At the time in 2019, you usually don't get to go into labor and delivery or any specialty straight out of undergrad. So I was able to interview and explain my passion for labor and delivery, which at the time, shout out to Professor Keisha Rollins Monroe, who
Mm-hmm.
works at Trinity. She taught a community health course when I was there, and it made me very interested in the Black maternal mortality rate in our community. So I wanted to go into labor and delivery definitely for that, but I was again deterred because people were in my ear telling me you're not going to get in because they don't hire undergrads. So I actually did my interview, and the director told me that she had one spot left, and that also deterred me a little bit. But I gave my all in that interview, and I got a call that I was the labor and delivery nurse.
That was God. You
Thank
had
you,
God on your
thank you,
side.
thank you. So after that, what did I do? After that, I was on the bedside for about 2 years. So 2019, 2020, 2021. I became pregnant in January 2021, and I welcomed my daughter in August of 2021. She was born early.
Mm-hmm.
So she actually was in the NICU here.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yes. So um, after that, I was planning on going to the perinatal clinic to be like a nurse coordinator, but I actually did not get the job. So there was a position opening for the assistant nursing director, which is the position that I currently hold.
Mm-hmm.
And I interviewed for that. It was a kind of long process because you have to get interviewed by all of the directors in Women and Infant Services, the assistant nursing directors, the senior nursing director.
Oh,
There's a bunch
Lord.
of people you have to get interviewed by the nurses on the unit as well. So after all of that interviewing, and I became the assistant nursing director in I believe August of 2022. So this will be my third year as the assistant nursing director.
Okay. That's a lot of people to get interviewed by. That part is
Yes.
intimidating me. I'm like, listen, let's take a break.
So to answer your question, my accomplishment would be to ask how quickly I was able to do all of those things because sometimes people have breaks in between taking their NCLEX, or people have breaks because they need to find a job or they just want to take a year off. So I'm definitely proud of myself for that. Um, we had to get a certification to be not to be a labor and delivery nurse,
Mm-hmm.
but later down the line, they wanted all of the labor and delivery nurses to have a certification for electronic fetal monitoring. So I am nationally certified in electronic fetal monitoring, and I got that certification, so I am proud of that. And I'm currently working on my RNCOB, so which is um, being certified in inpatient obstetrics altogether.
Oh, okay, yes, Brittany. You say you was certified in national. What is it called?
Nationally, it's called being a nationally certified RN, but there are so
Oh,
many different certifications that you can be certified in. But my certification is in electronic fetal monitoring, and what that is like reading the baby heart rate strips on the board. I'm certified in reading that and assessing what's going on with the baby or with mom, and intervening based on what we find.
Okay, so I know when I have a child, I'll go. I want you to be my nurse. I have
Okay.
a
Of course.
So my next question is, what is a vital piece of advice you would give to a current and future Trinity students?
Okay. So, a current Trinity student, I would say to take in all of the experiences, good or bad, that are happening at Trinity. Trinity is such, while you're going through school, it seems like, why am I doing this? Or why are they saying these things to me? Or why do they keep reiterating the same things? But when you graduate, all of those things that Pat McGuire is probably saying to you in conferences or speeches or anything like that, those are things that you'll hear as you graduate. Let's see. I was going to say something else and I lost my train of thought. I'm very sorry.
It's okay.
Um, but for a current Trinity student, I would definitely say stay in your studies. There are definitely things that will deter you from your studies. Um, Self-care is a big thing, especially while you're going through school, whether it be nursing school or whether it be school in general or trying to um, pursue a new accomplishment. You have to do self-care because um, if you're not at your full potential, then you're not able to put that full potential in the work that you need to do. So self-care, staying in your studies. I would become involved on campus, definitely. Um, Involved in things that are going on campus. I was very involved, or even just going to things that they have in the auditorium, or meeting people around your in your classes, meeting
Mhm.
people in the cafeteria. One thing that I did leave Trinity with was a big network. So
Mm.
networking is definitely a good thing. I know lawyers and social workers and all of different types of people in high places because they went to Trinity, Washington University. So
Yeah, my sister graduated from Trinity back in 2009 with a criminal justice degree.
wow.
And then she later went on to she don't use then she later went on to Howard to get her social work degree. So that's what she yeah, she's a social worker.
Congratulations to her.
Yeah, she likes that because she was like she said when she first attended Trinity, she was like, I don't know why I did criminal justice,
Hmm.
but I guess somehow she's incorporating it with her social work degree. So
Yes, I was actually going to say earlier when you were talking about how you're doing informatics technology and you want to become a nurse. Do you know that there's something called nursing informatics?
I heard of that. I work in
Yes.
Sibley, and one of the nurses was telling me about that.
Yes, that is actually a great. I'm sure you still want to get into your bedside, but as you progress in bedside, nursing informatics is such an amazing field to go into. Informatic people are great. They know the ins and outs of your EHR system. They're the people that you can count on when you don't know what's going on with the things that you
Hmm.
need for your electronics. So, nursing informatics is a wonderful field to get
Yeah, a
into.
couple of nurses at my because I work at Sibley, so a couple of
Mhm.
nurses told me about that. She was like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
combine that together, girl. You make a lot of money." I was like,
Mhm.
"Okay, I will." My last question is, what do you hope current and future Trinity students will do going forward to preserve the university's legacy?
That's a very good question. I hope that future and current students continue to speak about Trinity and all of the good that it's done for us as students and continue to do for us as students. Um, Continue building those networks I was talking about. Um, as far as leaving a legacy, whatever you are learning at Trinity, you definitely take that out into the world. Like for me, for instance, um, even seeing Trinity students in the hallway or students that are doing their practicum, you always kind of lean toward them more because that's your Trinity sister. So you
Mm-hmm.
always kind of want to put them under your wing or make sure they're doing okay. And I feel like Trinity creates that bond of helping your community and helping the people that you, I would say, grew up with, really, because you're growing up in college as well. So helping those people in the community and creating your own legacy, but knowing where you came from and always speaking about where you came from. And where I came from is Trinity, Washington University.
Yes. That is actually all my questions, but I do have another question for you. So I
Of
do
course.
want to attend, like I said, I want to do nursing. Do you have like, I guess, any advice for nursing school in your study? Because
Yes.
when me was studying, I always feel like I don't study the right way. Like I can be studying
Okay.
for an hour, then I get to a test, I'd be like, yeah, no, what is this?
Yes. That was me. I'm gonna say that's me. So my advice is to figure out, and they've probably done this with you already, or will do this with you, is figure out your learning style. So there are many
Okay.
different learning styles. Are you able to receive information visually? Are you able
Yes.
to receive? So okay, so you're a visual learner. You may not be somebody that likes people just talking to you, or you may
Mm,
not be able to just sit down and read stuff.
no.
So yeah, so that was me. I'm kind of like a visual kinesthetic type of learner. Like I have to do it with my hands and I also have to see it. So what I used to do that helped me a lot is, and there's so many different resources now from 2019, but what I used to do is I will pick a section that I really don't know. So say for instance, at that time it was the flow of the heart. I would visually look up a video that I could probably understand on YouTube or anywhere and
Hmm.
type in cardiac flow of the heart. It could be a cartoon or anything, but at least it's something that I can understand in the way that I learn so that I can take that back to my test. Now, I do know as far as like textbooks and stuff, teachers love those little boxes that are off to the side.
Yes.
And that textbook is so big. A lot of the times, what your teacher is talking to you about in person is what they're going to put on the test. So, really, you should be, even though it is good to read your textbook and stuff like that, you should really
Hmm.
be listening to what the teacher has to say in the class and then enhancing what you learned in class or reading extra information that you
Hmm.
may not, he or she have may not been able to get to. Um, and then you're kind of like just updating what you already know instead of it
Okay.
being the first time you saw it.
Okay. Because I know nursing school is very, 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 very intense.
It is intense, but if
So,
you're an organized person,
oh, I am.
um,
I would go, Brittany, I would go crazy. I would go, like,
if you're an organized person, you keep a planner, you will do fine. It's just nursing school. It is hard, but it's just a lot coming at you at once because you have to know almost as much as what the doctors know in a short amount of time.
because it's someone's life in your hands.
Yes, it's someone's life in your hands, and like on labor and delivery, it's two lives in your hands and one body, kind of.
Yeah.
So it's very, very, very important not only to get through school, but to understand why you're getting through school and to understand processes and understand why you're doing stuff. So that is a big part of nursing school, understanding why things are happening, is understand why you have to do things. You can learn up and down what something is, but what our job is as nurses is to intervene. What can we do as nurses and
Hmm.
nursing interventions? So,
And I think that's what my story, like what happened to me, that's what made me like push me to want to be a nurse.
yeah.
So, yeah, I'm excited but nervous, but I can do it.
I want you to keep my information,
Oh, I
please. And you
will.
can literally email me whenever you need help or if you have any questions about anything. I am now a resource to you. So,
Thank you, Brittany. And I
no
was because
problem.
when I first saw your profile on the Trinity alumni website, I was like, she's a labor and delivery nurse. That's what I want to
I
do.
didn't even know I was up there.
Yes, you're up. It's like, yeah, it's like recent graduates and people that graduated like in the 70s, 50s.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm going to go check it out.
Yes,
I
because
know
I
I
saw
took
she
a
was like,
picture
she's
and
a
sent it.
labor.
Do I have like green scrubs on?
You do, and your hair
Oh,
is
yeah.
out. You have a style.
Yes.
Yep.
I took a picture a long time ago. That was probably like I was still on the floor then. I wasn't even a manager, and I did send
Mm.
it to Trinity. So That's good to know. I'm gonna go check it out. It's
Yes,
very
I was
exciting.
like, she's a labor and delivery nurse. Yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. Let me contact her now.
I appreciate you so much, and
Thank
I'm sorry we
you.
had to reschedule a few times. I'm very sorry.
No, you're okay. Yeah, it was not. I wasn't really doing nothing. I have finals
Okay.
coming up, so it
I
was.
wish you the absolute best.
Thank you, Brittany. I thank you for taking the time to do this with me, and I will
Of
be
course.
contacting you.
Yes, please do.
All right. Thank you.
Bye. Have a good
Bye.
day.